Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. Holbrook, and of course, my little friend, Baby Echo. And we want to get the warm up started. So repeat after us. A apple A safe A. E ed E P E. I itch I pine I. O octopus O home O. U up U mule U rule oo. And now for our cards. Here we go. Let's practice some sounds. A apple A safe A. B b. E ed E P E. I itch I pine I. J j. O octopus O home O. U up U mule U rule oo. CH ch. I and K pink ink. O and K honk onk. And we're back to the beginning. So we are going to talk about some words, my friends. We're going to practice reading a whole bunch of words. Let me bring them up. Okay, my friends. We are going to look at some words now and practice reading them and identifying them. So the first thing I want you to do is look at this first row. They're all the same syllable type. What type of syllable are they? That's right. We've got vowel, consonant, E. Vowel, consonant, E. Vowel, consonant, E. Let's read these words together. Mile, note, came. All of the vowels make the long sound. Show me a macron with your hand. If my head is a vowel, I'd put this little line over it, a macron, long vowel. Okay, look at this next row. What kind of vowels are these? Yeah, they're also all long vowel sounds. I want you to read this row yourself, and then I'll read them with you. Here we go, together. Tube, pole, vase, cube. And don't forget, tap it out if you need to. C-U-B. You have to look ahead to the end of the word to see that E, so that when you get to the vowel, you know if it makes a long sound or a short sound. Okay, one more row, and yes, they all have that E on the end. Read it yourself first. Vote. Ooh, we have a blend here. Grr, aid, grade. Dare. Here's another bend. Pull, 8, plate. And this last row is some review words. We have a base word and a suffix. What's the base word? Squint. Let's say the whole thing. Squinted. Everyone, let me see you squint. She squinted at the screen. Okay, try this word. St-a-mp. Stump. How about this one? Thrill. Notice that bonus L. And let's read the base word here. Jump. And what's the whole word? Jumping. We're jumping for joy that we could read all these words. Great job. Okay, this is a good time for us to try to read the whole thing together. So try to keep up with me. Here we go. Mile, note, came, tube, pole, vase, cube, vote, grade, dare, plate, squinted, stump, thrill, jumping. Great job, everybody. Okay, Today's a big reading day. We're going to be doing a little bit more reading now, but this time it's going to be a story. That's right, it's story time. And I'm going to tell you the title. It's called Jake the Whale. I want you to start picturing in your head what that makes you think of. What do you think of when you hear Jake the Whale? What might it be about? Do you have any predictions? I'm picturing a big bluish grayish whale too, and I guess his name's Jake, and I don't know, maybe something bad happens to him? I'm not so sure. That title didn't give us too many ideas. What do you think? These are a lot of stories we've done, and here we go. Here's our good friend, Jake the Whale. All right. So the first thing I want you to do is read a couple sentences. So I'm going to highlight what I want you to read silently, and then you're going to read it with me out loud. Okay, so read this to yourself. Now read it with me. Jake the Whale, and see how we're doing the scoops? We're going to try to scoop the words inside and keep them together to be fluent readers. Jake the Whale was very big. He had many whale friends. They all would ride the waves. So stop and picture that in your head. Picture Jake, he's big. Picture all his friends, and picture the waves. They're riding the waves. Okay, I want you to read these two sentences in your head first. Okay, let's do it together. One time, Jake and his friends were out on the waves, and Jake dove down into the sea. He went to hide, and his friends did not see where he went. Let's stop and think. They were on the waves, and what did Jake do? Dove down. He's hiding, and none of his friends know where he is. Okay, read these lines in your head. And together now. They could not get him. I think that Jake is lost, said one of his friends. Oh my goodness, I bet they're feeling worried. Okay, read these sentences in your head. And remember, you're only as good as what you do when no one's looking. So just because I'm not really watching you read right now, you need to make sure you do it in your head. Don't just wait for me to read it with you. Okay, together. But Jake was not lost at all. He did a flip and a jump and was back with his other whale friends. Oh, good. He wasn't really lost, so he came out and flipped around. Feels like everyone's happy now. Okay, read it silently in your head. Let's read it together. They all swam into the big waves and had fun. Oh, what a nice ending. Okay, I'd like you to take out your whiteboard or some blank paper. And the first thing that I'd like to do is talk about the characters. I want you to sketch for me who are the characters in this story, Jake the Whale. And remember, you don't have to be a perfect drawer. Sketches are just quick little drawings. We don't color them in. So who did you draw? Let's label him. An uppercase letter because it's his name. Did you draw Jake? And these guys over here, I drew are his friends. We know that trick word now. Friends. This is my drawing. If you want to pause and work on yours a little longer, you can. The characters are who was in the story. Okay, if you did a whiteboard now and you're done, we're going to erase and talk about another part of a story called the setting. The setting is where and when the story takes place. Where does this story happen? Are they at the mall? Are they at school? Draw me a little sketch. Where are they? And it tells us right in the story. Look, if I look back at the story right here, it says it. It's always good to look back in the text. It says it right there, the sea or the ocean, right? And they're playing in the waves the whole time. So go ahead, do your sketch and label it. And then the last part that we're going to talk about are the main events. The main events are all the important things that happen in the story. And that's like doing a retell where we tell what happens again. So I like to think, what happened first? Think about that. What happened first? Do a little sketch. He's happy on the waves with his friends. Then what happened? I'm going to put an arrow because he dove down and hid. And I'm going to put like a sad face because his friends were worried. They couldn't find him. And then what happened at the end? They were all happy again because Jake came back out. So these, even though they're just quick little sketches, they help me think about all of the story. If you want to pause here and finish your sketches and retelling the story, that would be very good for you. Okay. And the very last thing that we are going to do is I want you to practice marking a few words that were in the story. So first, I want you to copy down this word, Jake, and practice marking it. Take your time. Okay, you should scoop the syllable. You should see that it's vowel, consonant, E, so we write that here. We cross off the E because it's silent, and we put the macron over the A because it makes the long A sound. Let's do another word from the story. The word is flip, right? He did flips. Let's mark the blend. Let's scoop the syllable. What kind of vowel is it? It's closed. So we'll put the C and we'll put the brev because the vowel makes its short sound. Okay, nice job, guys. Let's erase and do one more word. This is a verb. It's an action word. What does it say? Dove. He dove down into the sea. Copy this down and mark it, please. And check it to mine. How'd you do? All right, great job. So, readers, when you're reading, I want you to remember to do the things that we practiced today. Think about characters, setting, the main events, and stop and really make those pictures in your head. And that will lead you on the path to being a super reader. Great job. See you next time.